Okay. Okay, so my name is William. Okay, today's video was published about exotic matter. Now, before I can get to that part, um, okay, there it is. Something I want to tell you, and it's about Jijin Su because, well, first of all, I found this guy on YouTube. Okay. And now, other than Jijin Su wants to be the future Chinese president and make China, a free democratic country, but I think it's going to be impossible. But, for him to do that anyway, but we'll see, I don't know. I think it's going to help, with the... Yeah, let me tell you something. I know I hate, I know I loathe, and hate, I hate the bloody CCP, but I think there's something, but I don't think there's anything you can do. I don't think there's anything you can do to stop them. For ruling China, so I know, but that's what Jijin Su wants to do anyway. Yeah, well, I don't know. Anyway, and there's people supporting him on this Discord server anyway, and also people supporting him on YouTube. So, yeah, so I don't support him anyway, since I know I'm not registered to vote anyway, and it's because I don't believe in voting anyway. I believe the Bible, and that's what I know of. I don't believe in voting when it comes to politics anyway. I believe the Bible. I go what the Bible says. I go to the Bible where the Bible says about politics. Okay, and that's it. And to me, I already live in a free country, which is the U.S. anyway. Yeah. Anyway. So, you might be thinking, right? Now, you might be thinking, right? What's exotic matter? Well, that's not about that right now. Okay, because I don't know very much about it either. Well, I'll go here since my phone isn't charging anyway. Okay, so exotic matter is hypothetical particles that state of matter with exotic physical properties that would violate known laws in physics. It's a particle having a negative mass. I'll talk about negative mass pretty soon too. Okay. And that's what exotic matter is, okay? I Googled it for you. Now, let's learn about this, okay? First of all, the Bible does not really talk about exotic matter, but we can still learn about it, you know? Since I believe the Bible, and that's what I know of, okay? Let's learn about this claim, okay? Let's learn about this, okay? So today we're going to talk about external problems with the Big Bang Theory, because since I believe the Big Bang Theory is false anyway. So here's the abstract. Astronomical theory has later run into studies of problems, but troublesome of the formula of the vicinity calculation about the constant of the other Hubble Space Telescope. Astronomical theory has lately run into a series of nasty problems. Most troublesome problem is the recent calculation, the so-called Hubble constant, using the Hubble Space Telescope. This constant is called the calculate exponentially of the universe, based on the 20th century of the variable stars, Virgo clusters of galaxies. Hubble constant of the measured 80 kilometers, megaparsec. Assuming that the Big Bang theory of the origin of the universe above the expansion rate corresponds to a universe of 8 to 12 billion years, depending on how much dark matter it is in the universe, and sophisticated measurement of others. That's precise of other measurements. Other group by Alan Sittage has been claimed to constantly that the measure the Hubble constant of about 50 kilometers. This would be the universe about 14 to 20 billion years old. And several astronomers recently argue that the stronger leaders would best fit the Hubble constant of 30 kilometers. The newer, younger age contradicts the age of global clusters and distant groups of the galaxies that are thought to be 16 billion years old. And thus the astronomers have presented with the paradox that the object of the universe may be much older than the universe itself. It also is. Below for the Big Bang of the beginning of the universe, also, although not necessary, is a fatal one. Another report throws the confusion and poses the dark matter universe. Dark matter is deemed to be an old age, and those that account it still be the galaxies. There's enough of this dark matter, more than visible matter, and then the universe will also be closed, assuming the Big Bang model. A closed universe will directly collapse back on into itself, which we call the Big Crunch, you know. Well, that's what the Big Crunch is called anyway. Anyway, that's good. So if there was enough dark matter, and it was hoped that this dark matter would have formed the small stars called red dwarfs. New Hubble Space Telescopes measurements indicate that are hardly any of these red dwarf stars. Cosmologists are really more of the sometimes exotic matter, which have far been undetected. A further problem is that the red dwarfs they had been detected are believed to be weighing 20% of the sun's mass. It's contrary to popular models of star formation. When one of these red dwarfs was seen produce a flare, an event reserved only for more massive stars. Closer to home, astronomers concluding over 25 years of measurements that missing of solar neutrinos are really missing. 4 different detectors can account about 30 to 50% of neutrinos, theoretical models of solar fusion say they must exist in this paradox. It refutes this basic logic reaction that powers the sun by fusion protons into heavy elements. Okay, now more precisely, the proton fusion of boron 8 must be made from beryllium-7, and neutrinos of beryllium-7 is detected of the titanium boron 8. Neutrinos are detected, although indicating that fusion reactors in the sun. It's missing neutrinos and some glaring theoretical problems are understanding of our own sun, not to speak of distant stars. And note, well above our argument of the content of the information is then available. To get new information of surveillance it, meaning that the shortfall problem seems to be solved. Therefore, creationists should no longer use this age argument. See more detail. Apparent velocities greater than the speed of light have been claimed before the radio-emitting components, distant and active galactic nuclei. These claims have been uncertain because the extreme distances of price of these exotic objects. Now, however, this claiming distant velocities greater than the speed of light has been detected with our own Milky Way galaxy. Quasars are the news again, and a supermassive black hole in the center of the galaxy is thought to provide tremendous energy for the quasar. However, a recent report that the annual meeting of the American Astronomical Society indicates that there are 4 out of the 15 quasars surveyed at the Hubble Space Telescope, and associated of the 12 galaxies with galaxies. Jeffrey Barbidge believes the ramifications of this discovery fall for the challenge of the paradigm. That quasars are huge black holes, and another development of physics attacking the very existence of the black holes. The handful of physics of the working meetings of the publications of the black holes, speaking of the community of the signal like another in the 19th century. These reports are most widely journals that the world indicate the field of astronomy and has quite a number of those to severe theoretical problems. Yeah, right here, and this one's talking about getting equipped by summarification. Now, for most of us, summarification. Okay, loading up the long-awaited book of it's giving exotic and non-exotic logo. Don't matter where they decide to go, how long you will likely not to escape to. Evolutionary based introduction of our tour guide signed up commercials. Verification certainly included trips of periodic visits, pandemic waterfalls, geotic wonders, and no doubt the Tobias science has improved their amazing features developed over a few amounts of time. What are likely is proof of interpretation of the facts based on anti-God philosophy, but doesn't mean you have to go unequipped. Answer in Genesis wants you to get a full story of wonders before you pack up and go. And the one that makes it available online, wonders of geology, or shores of some most popular and mystic signification attractions in North America, the United Kingdom, and Australia. These brochures will show you the secular version of these form, what the Bible teaches of the monuments that God created majesty, God's created majesty, righteous judgment, and how the facts of what God's word says. Be sure to take these binoculars along with you and your family who have the complete story, what they use to witness to others on location as well. So we download the PDFs and print them out right now, and you can bring them both sides of your effect. Okay, so Niagara Falls and North America. The good order of the subordinate Niagara Falls have ventured down the edges of swirling flowing waters. From the majestic falls themselves, the walls of the Niagara Gorge, and from the very falls also in rock layers too. So the ascension of the falls downriver. If every part of Niagara Falls just need a biblical time scale worldwide its flood, according to chapter 6 to 9. To chapter 9. Now, Pretty Forest and Yellowstone. Yellowstone National Park, America's first national park. It includes 28 acres, cover parts of 3 states, Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho. Its natural beauty of unique features that continue to impress the even regular visitor. Was an active volcano. Yellowstone is now known as a diverse wildlife, boiling mud pots, and numerous geysers and hot springs. In addition to its pristine ability and natural features, Yellowstone is also known for its unique forest and forests made of stone. Okay, Mount St. Helens. For months, the contingency of the awaited for sudden eruption of Mount St. Helens. The astronomers measured the volcano's activities, and geologists studied the volcano and its impact at surrounding area. And May 18, 1980, just after 8:30 a.m., an earthquake a mile beneath the volcano reached energy as confined in for decades. An explosion only changed the physics of the proportion of the cascades, but it took a foundation of the geological timescale once believed to set in stone. Now the Dinosaur Nation Monument in Utah. It is a 210,000 acre park. Dinosaur National Monument House is one of the largest location dinosaur fossil displays in the entire world. The over 1,500 are fossil bones of the time long ago. However, the time has been as long as many believe, depending on the worldview when it's accepted. And the Double Towers in Wyoming. Towering above the landscape of Wyoming. One of the natural wonders of the world, standing almost 1,300 feet above the Bill Rivers of Devil's Tower. Of the visitors provides a challenge. If it is rock climber, Devil's Tower, especially a formation of the relatively flat region, raises natural questions among many viewers to how it formed. Careful rotation of evidence around Devil's Tower tells us in the history. Now cave formations and Mammoth Caves in Kentucky. And Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico. Underground worlds such as Glitter Caves, and labyrinths, and passages and streams, homes unusual creatures and stunning formations. Two of the world's most spectacular caves, Mammoth Cave in central Kentucky, and Carlsbad Caves in southeastern New Mexico. Mammoth is also known for a long passage, while Carlsbad is known for its large ruins and bat colonies. These two bat caves provides a good example. Most of the caves are found around the world, limestone caves. Now, this one, the United Kingdom, White Caves in Dover. In Prince of Dominic, the White Caves of Dover to keep watches citadel. South entrance of the Strait of Dover, which separates England from France. The is towering escarpments, stretching up to 10 miles, which is 16 kilometers, along the coast, not only the ground from England, but its enemies, more importantly, continue from the global flood that is described in Genesis chapter 6 to chapter 9. The Giant's Causeway to Northern Ireland. Now, Giant's Causeway is unusual formations attracts thousands of visitors each year to Northern Ireland. Most geologists claim that the causeway has been formed over 60 million years ago and during periods of volcanic activity, but other geologists who propose the Giant's Causeway built on a study of the past, and still the wonder has formed around 4,500 years ago as a result of the single giant catastrophe. Now, in Australia, Uluru Areas Rock in Australia. One of Australia's most featured landmarks stands tall against a flat desert of the red centre of the Northern Territory. More than 400,000 visitors each year come to Uluru, also known as Areas Rock. It is a monolith, like a huge boulder that rises over 1,100 feet, 40 meters above the desert plain. Measures almost 6 miles, 9.6 kilometers, around its base and covers the area of 2 square miles, 3.2 kilometers. Squared. Okay. Alright, and that's, you know, okay, the elements of the universe is point to creation, deduction of the great of Synecdoches theory. Now, here we show the temperature of the cosmic background supposed to match predictions of the Synecdoches theory. Now, however, the model predictions avoid contradictions with the failure in the assist to account of biblical origins redundance of theories of predictions of century ago. Now, when physics such as James Maxwell claimed the existence of inevitable points of creation, such as naturalistic origins, many failed of properties of cosmic element matter career of modern NST continues to exhibit shortcomings in naturalistic history of particular of cosmic properties. Now, a full critique of the modern NST would consider 1. Nucleosynthesis in the Big Bang. 2. Nucleosynthesis in the Sun. Nucleosynthesis in other stars. Number 4. Anomalous elemental abundances in stars, solar system bodies, and intergalactic media. This popularly focuses on the claim that Big Bang NST successfully predicted the cosmic age and abundance together with the stunning claims A. That the Big Bang theory successfully predicted CPR temperature, and B. That the clear of the CPR confirms the Big Bang. Okay, it says here, Lennox presenting the variation of temperature and microwave CPR after all foreground has been subtracted the different regions of percent differences in order 0.1% above the below the time and temperature. Okay. 2.73 Kelvin. It's the hard bet. Okay, now see. Okay, now since the rise of modern evolution in the 1800s, energetic theory has been considered two phases of existence of the abundant phases of element bending in the first place. The matter of the universe being exotically different but non-uniform in respect of terrestrial elements is spent over the teachers of the tested of the atomic theory, and the contrast of discovery that element have the etc. of the properties whatever exists to take into. By designing the universe as an argument were used by the 1800s, most evolutionists really committed the atomic theory, but missed the argument illustrates the identity of energetic theory to predict cosmic properties before the rise of modern NST. Okay, the second phase underway has been in mid-1900s, when a large body of theory has been developed to explain the formation elements in the Big Bang and the stars. Theorists have been not only a theory on the planet of all elements in the cosmos, but really as abundances, the universe is predictable. These explanations continue in the modern NST. These with abundances of various isotopes of different elements of very similar ratios in stars until solar medium and meteorite fragments in the Earth's crust. And simply, these ratios cannot be accidental. To the explanation of hundreds of known abundance, ratios provide severe tasks for the theory of stellar evolution. In the familiar vein, Gamow, a prime mentor of the Big Bang Theory, also claimed until the abundances of the elements throughout the cosmos have been studied. The most important of this result of these studies is the effect of chemical composition. The view of the universe is surprisingly uniformed, and this is original. Each sees right as expressing what he wants to believe, rather than an actual situation. Matter in the universe is uniform in atomic construction, but the diverse and animal abundances. This paper focuses on sex of the Big Bang Theory, explaining observed common abundance of H and He. Analytic theory does not expect uniform atomic nature of matter. Let us know the abundances in the early 1800s. And it could be said that we do not know of this matter of the sun is made, although the meteorites could be assumed of having the source beyond the Earth, and this could be said of materials of the origin of meteorites was still mystery. The situation of mysterious that helped to be that essentially of unlike known as surveys based on the globe. Though meteorites of the atomic destruction origin has been difficult to explain. The atomic nature to the cosmos in general, so such as to the cosmos, the hypothesis, but team made an assessment of, despite the fact that the intersecting orbits of Ceres and Pallas are noting the origin of within the solar system. Yet they gain a difficulty explaining atomic concepts to the solar system, let alone the stars beyond. Indications already origin of the system were obscured by the claims of the passive nuclear hypothesis, which is the nebula for which asteroids develop an unknown source. Indeed, ancient belief was the cosmos of the exotic matter unlike that found on the Earth. Though Galileo's observation of sunspots of lunar craters in the 1600s gave a setback to the belief of the cosmic matter, was very different from terrestrial matter. This belief of persisted for centuries in the 1800s. Before evolution was widely accepted, this belief has been formed the basis of widespread imputation of extraterrestrial life inhabiting the sun and planets. But cosmic matter is really exotic and coexist mysterious forms are capable of supporting biological systems. Even the sun is the coldest planet and clearly life must thrive nearly everywhere. The belief in exotic extraterrestrial matter does not diminish until discovery of spectroscopy. Spectroscopy is based on the fact that all matter gives off some light or radiation. This energy can be analyzed to find which elements are causing it. Each element provides a unique spectrum. A fingerprint, light from stars can be gathered by a telescope, pass through the prism, produce a spectrum. And then the spectrum can be analyzed. Determine the elements representing it. Spectroscopy was first applied to the light from stars in 1859. Okay, Kirchhoff and Besson immediately sold their discovery celestial possibilities, but son with a fellow chemist in England. Kirchhoff was made a wonderful and unexpected discovery of finding a cause of the dark lines in the solar spectrum, a means of the found of the determinant of the constitution of suns of fixed stars. When it's discovery of the stellar astroscopy, the elements of the percent of the universe are detected anywhere, and telescopes are interpreted from all stars. And use of services of most hydrogen of which one of the pin of the dirty. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, I don't wonder what you are, but for by the mestroscopic keen, I know that you are hydrogen. These basic kinds of atoms exist throughout the cosmos, but this was recognized back a century ago. Though the lack of the uniform abundance was not so well recognized then, but modern theorists continue to comment on its significance. The ancients believed that the sort of between the heavens and the earth, but there's a real entity. The entity of the basic structure matter everywhere in the universe, and we all learn that all matter is made of the same stuff, the matter of the earth and the stars, and even the remotest galaxies for the spectra. This stuff is approximately hundreds of different kinds of elements that make up to hundreds or so, according to the elements of various combinations of molecules of the billions of kinds of chemical compounds. For this is not a trivial state of affairs, but it is significant. The deeply significant point is everything everywhere. Basically the same. It is made up of same things, merely protons, electrons, and neutrons. And this is a marvelous beauty of the same observation. Science also very marvelous beauty of the universe. Everywhere you find of the stuff of the atoms, electrons, and so on, since this observation of the significance of being marvelous entity of the expected is not observation of this of the dynastic origin theory, but of the expected indeed this failure of the dynastic thought of the anticipated observation of cultivated evolutionary status upon it. Okay, this is especially remarkable considering that the diversity of celestial bodies constructed from these elements. Moons and planets, for example, exhibit diversities of properties of abundances, which dynastic theories cannot explain. The sun is significantly different from most other stars, and considered especially not unique. The gesture of medium of intergalactic have DH. molecules that do not fit with the conventional entity. God has named each star, Psalm 107:4, a fact assessing perhaps each star was actually unique in some way. Yet all the essential bodies, there is a uniform plant evident, and the elements of employed in their creation. This universal plane was taken to point to the action of the Creator, and who spoke the cosmos existence steady rather than to possess the gradual evolution. The anti-evolutionary implicates that cosmic anonymity of the emphasize of the great physicist James Clerk Maxwell, and there is a disclosure of molecules written in 1873. Maxwell recognized the creationary implications of the fact of the over universe, molecules and atoms, given kind of identical. The molecule of the hydrogen, whether in Sirius or Arcturus, executes that vibrations presenting of some time. Each molecule throughout the universe bears impressed upon the stamp of the metric sense directly as does the meter of the archives at Paris. No theory of evolution can be formed on account of so many of the molecules. Evolution necessarily implies a continuous change of the quality of the molecule of all stars, and the same kind of gives it. Sir John Herschel said that essentially each character of article precludes the given being of extent. So this before his death in 1879. Maxwell also wrote. Though the intense numbers of the other atoms of the same kind of the universe, each is a physical extent of all others. For all then force to be look beyond of some common cause or common origin, supernatural creation, and explain why this secular relation of quality exists. Apologists of the following years of Maxwell's argument of quantum creation or quantized by hypothesis of Erwin Maxwell's design of technical uniformity. The many theory does not explain even the physics of the solar system entity of the elements does not start to extend on example of complex, its skin and the elements of unity of materials or rational. And speaking of evolution of the universe, said, what is the account more of these elements of a system universe? That's the identified of the disorder of Maxwell. For Maxwell and the others after him, their procreation of incept of the trading of that keep up make up of the elements throughout the cosmos that common creation, non-random of the nuclear vessel development of the diagnostic process. In contrast, the visit of modern theory developed in the 1800s and early 1900s. The anti-evolutionary complications of the atoms of the common plane of the cosmos we have are supposed to directly met this view. Maxwell's evolution is a shadow of the beliefs of George Rackley, a freethinker of the 1700s, one of the originators of philosophy called positivism. Positivism is asserted that only directly observable information should be considered of the individual part of the science. Meant attended by the associate himself from Berkeley's metaphysics, which must of the type of personal New Age, a force and made of the universe. Nevertheless, some of the Max scientific ideas form Machiavellian thought. This positivism thought that the first of the science of the physical considerations, such as the complication of the cosmos of Romans 1:20, chapter 1, verse 20, it's given the physical creation of atomic matter existing of the cosmic scale, together of atoms that cannot, since directly the logical conclusion of positivism was that the atoms includes of scientific concept as a positivist Match was formed of the assert that the elements do not exist. However, this was not an aspect except atomic theory. Investigators from the early 1900s onward of the dynastic mechanisms which the elements which have been produced. Nucleosynthesis theory was an eventual result. Okay, let's do the explain Benedetto Riccio. In 1896, French scientist Henri Becquerel discovered relativity. Meanwhile, Marie and Marie Curie had mysterious findings of a previously suspected phenomenon of atomic transformations. A few years later, George Darwin, son of Charles Darwin, made the first publication of solar nuclear fission reactors. Reactions. Fission of the drop of positive solar energy because it did not supply with the sun long enough to match the geologic age of the Earth. In the 1930s, following the discovery of the neutron, research into a vision of intensified. 1969 was proposed that of power, sun rays of heavy elements. The concept of nuclear synthesis provided until 1940s, so the big work consisted of analysis of the Big Bang more than 10 billion years ago. Big Bang was virtually itself the side of the coincidence of conditions of more than fundamental explosion. Today, the Big Bang consists of sorts of isotopes, including Hg and He and 3 He and 4 He and 7 Li. But stellar nuclear synthesis before fasting rest. It has long been claimed that the Big Bang theory currently predicted 3.1 abundance of the H to He in the universe. This is not true. The H /He ratio is known that the Big Bang is conceived that the theory has been modeled of effects and not make prediction. The study of actual data shows that over the years, predictions of helium, hydrogen, and the Big Bang universe have been rapidly adjusted to the degree of this abilities that ratio has been observed to the real universe. Estimated ratio of the dependent ratio of variance of photons, the Bohr number, which also has been already adjusted of the agree and currently established of the helium of hydrogen ratio. These appear have not been predictions. But the adjustments of the theory or deductions on communicate current data. And the acknowledgments, just as Rex predictions now generally more subtle expressed, the source just quoted Hawking wrote. At the time of the Elfer, Bath, and Gummel write of the paper of proposing stellar nuclear synthesis, no one has known about the nuclear reaction of protons and neutrons, the remains of the productions of the various elements. The universe has been done accurate, but these calculations of the bone of better knowledge, these have been really have not engaged the theory of what is observed. On the other hand, borrow a temporary claim. Calculation of the universe is about 75% of mass, formed hydrogen of evidence of helium, -4, about 1 part of the million of ending up in the form of the other elements. The prediction of the been strikingly confirmed by the observations. Since you gain some of this thing, I'll go back on the paper prediction of 20 years after the Big Bang. There is thing of the Gabal and colleagues. By 1967, Then I got H and he, abundances that refine the ongoing observations you mentioned above. This was done by the adjusting the boron-proton ratio, a parameter of whose value unknown. In other words, and supposedly codons of fertile abundances D and 3 He and 4 He and 7 Li provide the strong evidence of the Big Bang cosmology. However, the particular value of the boron to photon ratio needs to be added by assumed ad hoc to obtain acquired abundances. Okay, it's indicated in terms of citing boron to photon ratio, but according to Big Bang theory, that the defense universe works, and in terms of two orders, making it less than required to closure, i.e., long testability, predictive necessity, density. One would have claimed that the dark matter must exist to provide a closure, but the visible does not. Let us believe in dark matter as this party of the usual fitting. Big Bang theories have observed a cosmic ratio. Along with the faulty claim, the Big Bang in S continuously predictive of H abundance ratio. The theories have been focused on the combination of the Big Bang theory, temperature of anisotropy is CPR. Okay. This is figure 1 right here. Findings on the temperature of the distance ratio radiation field of the 3.18 Kelvin on the general visions that does not account for the data of the interstellar dust. AST and CPR, and therefore 10 did a density of CPR after lead, right, and right. This fifth field of radiation, I believe, could be Big Ball Fireball over 10 billion years ago. And this cosmic background of the CPR is a glancer of the Big Bang. Indeed, the Big Bang theory has been predicted temperature of the CPR. This is not true. This is predictions of the 10 times too high, and can now claim that the coordinates of the Big Bang theory temperature of CPR was about high as 50 Kelvin. This video modified observed the temperature of the Big Bang theory in 1948, with CPR's existence of the CPR temperatures is not known as indeed the number seen below of the intelligence microwave CPR was not from the Big Bang theory. The Big Bang theory prediction of CPR existed the data of discovery of the CPR temperature. Big Bang theory associated with curvation with the discovery of the microwave background radiation in 1965 by Penzias and Wilson. It has been predicted by Alpher and Herman in 1948 by the Howard fireball with the Big Bang should have been echo or glimmer the former itself in the present universe. They could calculate of the expansion of the universe should have cooled the heat radiation from the initial side of the to the level and heard thereabouts by the present. Okay, from the calculations of Gamow, Alpha Herman predicted a temperature of 5 Kelvin, and this has been tested at 50 Kelvin before the discovery of 5,000. Okay, sorry, it's 50,000 before the discovery of the temperature was about 3,000. Indeed, of the sign of the announcing 3,000 CPR discovery. That's been the prediction of 40,000 CPR temperature. Thus, of the time of the Penzias was a discovery that the temperature was 10 times too high, thinking there has been nevertheless. So predicted 3,000 CPR temperature in 1948. After 1948, the university of CPR's existence and the mention of the temperature of the only existence in 1965. Misleading conflation. Okay, that's 3 Kelvin, 50 Kelvin. Yeah. And I intend to temperature of those sorts of beginning theory. Einstein wrote, "That's quite the away from the sun at the point of our galaxy. Temperature in the solid liquid body will fall to negative 23 degrees Celsius, or 3 degrees above absolute zero. I mean by absolute zero, it's absolute 0 Kelvin." Einstein was printed at radiation temperature of 3.18 Kelvin. However, Einstein did not know the magnetic CPR of the 3.18 Kelvin temperature. Estimates the temperature of emissions. The sum of the Big Bang theory on intensity of the magnetic CPR measurement of the observed 1965. However, a Canadian physicist Andrew McKellar did in fact deduce the microwave CPR and to be in 2.3 Kelvin based on the value of CN molecules in space. McGill's Big Bang theory was still in the future, thus as observed temperature and no confirmation of the Big Bang. The CPR should not be in the glimmer of the Big Bang. Okay, CPR properties do not confirm the Big Bang. Big Bang theory has predicted CPR picture smoothly uniform. It's atomic, and that all galaxies of matter in the universe has been determined homogeneous. The Big Bang theory gives a picture of of universe, and then summons at the outset of the universe as pretty homogeneous, and suddenly confirms that it is a extremely good approximation to reality. The observations of the implied universe is called being considered homogeneous. Roughly speaking, at the level of the observable universe is small, and none of its distribution becomes increasingly homogeneous in large, simple volumes. Now, this belief has been evolving from the picture of the cosmic matter of the energy expanding universe smoothly in the eons since the Big Bang. By the 1980s, however, this disillusionment was this prediction of this setting is because observations show the galaxies distributed unevenly in huge clusters. However, these began to realize that the standard of the Big Bang of the static CPR could not explain nor did the cosmic structure originate. This is a dilemma. Hypothesis was proposed. This vision model of the universe supposed that the rate of the realization began to increase rapidly with time. Okay, inflated explanations are enough for the structure. They become galaxies and clusters before inflation of the part of the universe can observe how small density of inflation. Okay, and fluctuations appeared and disappeared of random matter, and that can only be described by probabilities. The intensity of inflation began. The existing fluctuations have inflated great sizes and became the fluctuations of the CPR and the seed of large scale structure in the universe. Okay, inflation has two fatal flaws. First, that the CPR has been demonstrated poses significant fluctuations listed below, and despite the significance of inflation had been detected, the second, the cosmic inflation is untestable. After claiming the inflation combined nature answers to the proposition model of the Big Bang, Fix acknowledges that the cosmic inflation actually has no observable cause. One cause of inflation. A good way the existence that depends on change of the universe when the temperature was 1027th power Kelvin. A sudden effect of the phase change, since it's a most likely explanation. Using elements are possible, however, this fixed confesses. Okay. The creation of inflation must have been like a fairy tale. It's unlikely that people were able to confirm the validity of theories but because of experiments. In short, the inflation of most change of theories that describe the structure of the very Big Bang are themselves valuable explanation indeed. Inflation includes the regular models, which includes in order for finances and understanding of our quantity of the universe. Okay. The anisotropy CPR eventually caused the Big Bang itself to be questioned. But it's complete. The Big Bang theory fails to tell us how galaxies, stars, and planets form. And the universe began homogeneous. Soup does not stay so forever. Finally, so that we were expected at first to suggest the Big Bang. The Big Bang promotes responded to the new ad hoc hypothesis to state the theory. Okay, the artificial COPE satellite. Now, the smoothness of this CPR detected by the CPR temperature, known as, and then since 1965, and at about 3 Kelvin, already a temperature once of the combination of the Big Bang, availability since the radiation of some galaxy clusters could have evolved, and this invasion of the phase changed the isotropic 3 Kelvin background of the early universe. No heterogeneities. They explain the presence of cosmic structure. Okay, the crisis begins to be mentioned in excess of actually minuscule variations, but the development of Big Bang boosters increasingly, since studies of microwave background continue to uniform glow radiation. Thus, they adjusted their models. So we're going over the smaller intensity variations. Okay. COBES, which is Cosmic Background Explorer Satellite. That's the idea of the come of the rescue that of the limits of COBE's sensitivity. The COBE T leader, the vision's real, but Paul, pal, know that. In the case of the real, somewhat blurry team, COBE's map of the microwave sky, dominated by the structural noise, roughly 2/3 of the data, originated in COBE unaccounted for. My sources are not the inflated universe. The reason of it already rise in the task, accounting of various sources of emission of the cosmic background. In advance to data processing, CPR formations of our so small distance formation of galaxies require time. The temperature of variations of minuscule 1 part of 100,000 such light variations. You can obviously produce a dense galaxies within a billion years or two after the Big Bang. Radiation of submersion of is that. The bolts are smaller than a necessary trigger of the initial collapse. But the complex structures witness of the older actions of each of such collapses occurred almost everywhere. That it is wrong here. But the Cope theory has been indicated to maximize non-isotropy in 1 in 10,000. But no significant reagents were found at this level. However, given this kinetic structure, it's about 1 in 10,000 non-isotropy. But this removes side of this. Gravity does not gravity of a set of galaxies and clusters we see today. In other words, gravity can't over the age of the universe, avoiding these irregularities enough to perform galaxy clusters. Theorists have responded that 1 in 10,000 non-isotropy might have triggered galaxy formation, such as 99% of the universe were dark matter. This dark matter reveals the emit no light and electromagnetic radiation, so it would be visible. But this means an extent must remain article for the true believer in standard model. And even if the standard indirect evidence since the dark matter has been questioned, but Big Bang model with no dark matter and difficulties requirements of super heavy neutrino. Neutrinos have been thought of virtual massless. The rise of dark matter concept saved the Big Bang despite of the virtual isotropy CBR. The CBR isotonic the universe uniform of the ultra-basic scales, and it has ability have non-uniformity of smaller scales, the sizes of the cluster of galaxies. If you size order the galaxy clusters are the largest of the scales of the universe, and cosmic periods are pretty lumpy. And further, dark matter does not really explain how the lumpiness developed. Models of the dwarf galaxy evolution indicate dark matter enters the development of observed galactic properties of the dwarf galaxies and supposed to have the promosis of larger galaxies. On the other hand, dark matter is required to prevent the dimension of galaxy structure over presumed of the cosmos. And some of the good side of the near-isotropy of the CPR lumpiness of the galactic structures. Structures the Big Bang has invoked. Number 1, on observer inflation observable, and basic change approach of observer dark matter. And number 2, on observed uniform galactic structures, a theory that consists of multiplying on observed and observed phenomena and can be hardly said to have been confirmed by any one of them. Okay, theorists have been covering of inflation and cold dark matter, and given a Big Bang diagram to give a visible of the two complexity from conflict observations. And I don't know, response starting of the Big Bang hypothesis, cosmological models of the physics are taken seriously. If the Big Bang did not occur, or it didn't nuclear synthesis of the Big Bang, then this means the existence of an isotopes group of nuclear synthesis of HD, 3He, and 4He, and 7 Li cannot explain by the Big Bang. What is the creation of target to NST? Now the Big Bang isotopes now possibly of the synthesized of the Big Bang were not produced. On the other hand, which is a sort of treatise that God relatively created the cosmos, and it is possible to include the events to the creation and can include large degree percent of the pseudo isotopes without the need of the nucleosynthesis account for them. the aspect of the origin of the creation alternative to NST. The mistaken alternative, a natural hypothesis could be a sort of a creation, so the Chinese scale of a creation week. That's the process over eons and less likely days of the God and instead of compressed of natural processes quickly, or such a kind of distinct naturalism. As a STEM origins theory, ST otherwise it should not what it is attempt to rob God and the glory of the creating his universe, and against and did not subject natural law, and which natural law would never explain. And here's the conclusion. Okay, if any of the structures of the cosmos were dynastic origins, that the ones expected, what after the ones that generally accepted of the atomic theory, and NST was surprised by the diversity abundance of the cosmos, the Big Bang predictions of the cosmic abundance ratio, the temperature of actually reductions of facility good for the Big Bang isotropy. Okay, it sees towards isotropy. Most of the evidence expected the Big Bang theory is now understood by the render of nuclear synthesis and the cosmic development possible without invoking on observable phenomena to this dark matter, and CPR has general difficulties of the Big Bang theory, properties that cannot be cited for creation of the Big Bang. To us, claims that the CPR magneticity concerns the Big Bang cosmology in the sense of the converting Big Bang. The truth is that exposing the Big Bang fallacy of the CPR affirms that the new Big Bang political cosmology. Okay, present paper introduction of hypothesis of modern EST. Another of the difficulties are this problem. Of the overage of population 1 stars, neither of the center of the stellar has actually explained the origin of elements. The elements existed of the continuous point of the in creation indeed. Nobel culture in fact William Fowler acknowledged. In spite of the past of current research of experimental theoretical hypothesis, holidays of the great set of the substance of the stars did not is not to the establish, and it's sort of a matter of filling in the details. There are puzzles and problems each part of the cycle that challenge these basic ideas, are like nuclear synthesis in stars. The Earth at Seneca has been determined to excel both near the national section of this. But Jago 5 value cosmos has been seen as impeccable, and we believe that we are passionate, whereas we hold it at every threshold. Okay, and that's it. Anyway, that was a long time ago anyway, so and I was trying to get saved according to the Bible. So that was Alexander anyway. It is now. I'm going to show you how to get saved according to the Bible. The point of illusion is to damn souls to hell. You go to heaven and speak of our Lord Jesus Christ. Salvation is by faith on grace alone, Jesus Christ alone. And once you say by His Spirit is the truth, then you can't lose your salvation. By His Spirit, salvation is believe in Jesus Christ for salvation. And our next video is called okay. Now the next video is called what is supposed to be about antimatter. I'll try that next video. because we go right now. But thank you for watching this video with Joseph. Bye.